This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
It's Monday, May 25th, and right now on Good Morning Indiana.
Currently, you'll see a flurry of activity. Those are our homicide detectives following up with witnesses, determining exactly what happened here today.
Holiday havoc. Metro Police investigate multiple acts of deadly violence across the Circle City. This morning, the latest on those investigations.
Crowds have been very steady for us all 3 days that we've been open. I think our customer base was ready to get out and get social again.
Restaurants in Marion County are now open for outdoor dining. This morning, how business owners are rebounding with the new changes put in place.
It's still May in Speedway, and regardless of there's a race or not, we're here to celebrate, and we'll celebrate in August as well.
There were no cars on the track, but it's still May in Speedway. How neighbors are keeping the racing spirit alive as they wait for August. And it is Memorial Day. Happy Monday to you, and thanks for joining us on Good Morning Indiana. I'm Lauren Casey, and we continue social distancing this week with RTV6, Todd Clausen and Rafael Sanchez joining me from their homes this morning. Good morning to you guys. Rafael, thanks for joining us from down in Franklin.
Lauren, good morning. On this Monday, we remember the fallen as it is Memorial Day. Of course, we also a time for families to get together. And Todd Clausen, no need to travel to Florida because we're having that Florida type weather. 1 minute it's sunny, the next minute you're dodging some showers. What's going on?
Yeah, it's going to be the same thing here today. I was watching that golf match with Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson yesterday, and it was pouring rain. The storms moved through Florida, and here it was sunny. And then, like you said, Rafael, next thing you know, the skies got a little dark, and there was a downpour. And it's the same deal today for your Memorial Day. You need to be prepared in case the storms do start to pop up this afternoon, and I do think there will be some. But you don't need to cancel those Memorial Day plans if you do have them, because the rain is not going to be widespread. Storm Team 6 radar is quiet this morning. We had a few lingering showers from last night's storms in northern locations. They have now moved out, and we are just dealing with partly cloudy skies now this morning. Some storms off to our west, and we're not going to inherit a line of storms or anything like that. Essentially, what's going to happen during the peak heating of the day, we're going to flare up again, just these spot storms here and there. 60s right now across most of the area. One lone 70 there in Muncie. It's a very warm start to the day, and here are those storms on TrueCast. Again, it's just some spotty ones here and there throughout the afternoon hours. As we work our way into 5 or 6 o'clock hour, they're probably a little more numerous, and then once the sun starts to set, they will fade away. It's a warm day once again today, Lauren. High temperatures into the mid-80s.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Let's take a look right now at your commute. If you are heading out early, maybe to work on this Memorial Day, this is a look on the west side. Traffic at I-465 and Rockville Road is pretty quiet, traveling up to speed both northbound and southbound. No delays on this side of town to slow down your commute. Now to the violent weekend here in the Circle City. Metro Police are investigating multiple deadly acts of violence. Saturday afternoon, a man was shot and killed at an apartment complex on the city's northwest side. Then Sunday night, 2 men shot on the east side after getting into an altercation. One of the victims died at the hospital. And on the southeast side, a man died after being stabbed at a home on South Oxford Street that's near Troy and Keystone. We've also learned that a woman who was shot on the northeast side of town on Friday has died. Police say that the woman was found in critical condition around 7:30 Friday evening at 34th and Keystone. After investigating, police found out she was actually shot at a different location in the 3500 block of East 38th Street near Sherman Drive. The victim's age or name have not been released.
The time now is 6:04, and this morning there's a vigil for 3 teens struck and killed by a vehicle on the city's northwest side. This happened early Saturday morning near 38th and Kessler. Police say 3 cars were in a chain reaction crash. One of the cars hit the teens. The tragedy has now prompted the pastor of a nearby church to renew his call for sidewalks in that area to keep pedestrians from walking along the side of the street. Pastor David Green will host a community prayer vigil at his church, Purpose of Life Ministries. That's this morning at 10 a.m.
Well, now to the latest on COVID-19 and its impact on the Hoosier State. The health department reports 12 more deaths between May 19th and Saturday. That brings the total number of deaths to 1,824 in our state. More than 31,000 Hoosiers have tested positive for the virus so far, with nearly 220,000 people being tested. That brings the positivity rate down slightly to just over 14%.
Restaurants in Marion County are back open. Of course, only outside dining is allowed. Our Kelsey Anderson joins us live this morning with how this first weekend of dining went in the Circle City. Kelsey, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Rafael. So it is super weird to see Mass Ave shut down like this. No cars, no parking, just the empty road, and that is so restaurants can put their tables out here and serve customers in person now. So we checked in with several restaurants just to see how this first weekend went. We went to Tavern on South to see how things were going, and owner Steve Geisler says downtown has been very quiet for the last 2 months, and Tavern on South has not been open for carryout or delivery. So this was their first weekend fully back. The owner tells us he was just anxious to get back open, even if it's just a small portion of his normal business.
The whole staff is back, and we're not utilizing as many people at one time, but since we don't have as many seats available, but they're all working, and they're excited to be back as well, and just getting out of the house and kind of getting back to some sense of normalcy.
Now, the owner says they are taking all precautions to keep staff members and customers safe. He also says that their dining area outside has a retractable roof, so even if it does rain, they can still dine outside. So for a map of all the roads that are shut down downtown, you can head over to the RTV6 News app or the IndyChannel.com, and these roads are expected to be shut down until at least July 4th. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
All right, Kelsey, thank you so much. It is 6:06. Verizon Wireless is helping small businesses rebound with its COVID relief fund. The goal is to help minority and women-owned businesses. The Lick Ice Cream in Circle City Industrial Complex was chosen to receive $10,000. The store is owned and run by two sisters. Their focus is on local fruit, herb, and spice-infused ice cream. With the grant money, they plan on hiring at least one new employee as they prepare to open their new location at the Coca-Cola bottling plant.
Before this all happened, that was number one on my list. I was like, well, summer's coming. We'll be able to start getting a little bit more revenue and be able to hire somebody. And then COVID happened, and it kind of put the brakes on that. So this has really kind of opened it up to creating jobs for us, which is really exciting.
A total of 750 small businesses nationwide who have limited access to financial resources will receive grants from Verizon and nonprofit impact LISC.
The time now is 6:07 on Good Morning Indiana, and Sunday was supposed to be, as you know, the 104th running of the Indianapolis 500, but because of the pandemic, the race is postponed until August. Now, that did not stop race fans from visiting the famed oval there in the town of Speedway. Despite the stands being empty, people were still gathering in and around the track. IMS President Doug Bowles made his way around greeting the fans that showed up. He even handed out the first 2020 President's Pin. Fans say they just wanted to take in the atmosphere of the track despite the race being postponed.
Well, it is officially race day, and I never had a bad time out here, so I thought it would be a good place to come to. We've been listening to an old broadcast of the race and just enjoying the ambiance.
This would have been my 36th straight race, but it's just the atmosphere, the history. It really takes my breath away.
It is a great place, and we'll see you in August. People are encouraged to visit Speedway all month long, despite the race being postponed. Sunday was also Judgment Day for contestants entering the It's Still May in Speedway campaign. Residents were encouraged to show off their pride in the community by decorating their porch, their yard, or windows. Our sports director, Dave First, was one of the judges. Results will be announced later today, and we also have that, of course, in our newscast.
Well, with no cars at the track, IMS officials decided to put that facility to good use over the weekend. They hosted what might be the largest food giveaway in state history. That's according to Gleaners, who provided groceries for 5,000 households on Saturday. Recipients got 40 pounds of fresh fruit, vegetables, meat, and dairy products. And even though the race is postponed, several IndyCar drivers showed up to support this event. The food bank CEO says hunger is up in the U.S. about 48% due to the pandemic. A nonprofit working to help Hoosier kids gain the literacy skills they need before entering kindergarten in the fall. And it's all for free. What you need to know about the Upstart program that helps any child in need.
The Sonoran sports fans got their fix this weekend as four legends went head-to-head on the golf course for charity. Coming up, we'll tell you who came up on top in the match between Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, Peyton Manning, and Tom Brady. But our superstar, let's check in with him, our Todd Clausen. Good morning, TK.
Raphael, good morning to you. In that golf match, that was fun to watch. I love Peyton's commentary through it with his typical humor. If you're going to be out and about today for this Memorial Day, maybe you'll find yourself on a body of water, whether it's a lake or a stream, or maybe just in a backyard. It's going to be 87 today for your high temperature. Be aware there are some isolated storms possible this afternoon, and the UV index is very high. Water temperature is still a little on the cool side, 66 degrees on average, but overall, a pretty decent Memorial Day forecast. We'll dive into the details for you coming up when Good Morning Indiana continues.
And a tour.
Welcome back. The Rebound Indiana is showing you how groups are stepping up to help Hoosier families in need and where you can get help if your family is just struggling to make ends meet.
So, Lauren, if you lost a job, buying food is a challenge possibly for you and your family, then your child's academics may possibly not be top of mind.
Yeah, so that's why we're highlighting a nonprofit that's working to help 1,000 Hoosier children get the literacy skills they need before entering kindergarten in the fall at no cost to the family.
I think more or less he's looking forward to meeting all of his friends, as he says, because everybody's a friend.
Monica Schaefer is a Greensburg mother of 3 with her youngest, Axton, excited about heading off to kindergarten in August. Schaefer's a working mom, just trying to make ends meet.
I knew that there was some things that I was missing, that I was lagging on, and I wanted to give him the best, because he is a smart boy.
So she applied for the Waterford.org Upstart program.
Right now, a lot of parents are kind of taking on this homeschooling role, and they don't really know what to do. So what we want to do is kind of fit in there and give parents the tools that they need to do this at home.
Kim Fisher with Waterford.org tells me the organization focuses on literacy for kids pre-K through the 6th grade. And Waterford's Upstart program for the summer is helping children prepare for kindergarten from home.
So how important is it just getting them into kindergarten with the tools?
Yeah. Getting them into kindergarten ready to go is so incredibly important. Research shows that a child's brain forms 90% between the ages of 1 and 5. So if you think about it, kindergarten, they're 5.
But for many families just trying to make ends meet, especially during the pandemic, a little help goes a long way. When Monica's son Axton started the online program, Waterford.org provided him with a device. She took him to the library every weekday to access the internet. But when the libraries closed due to COVID-19, she didn't want him to lose the progress he already made.
They really, really work to make sure that he has all the aspects.
The organization provided internet access to the family for their home. It also provides parents with a coach so that they can take part in the learning right along with their child.
We have a set time that we sit down every day, and he either does it with my significant other or with me. Coming from a kid that knew how to write a few letters to now he can actually sound out words.
Right now, Axton spends 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week doing Upstart, meaningful screen time, full of learning and full of fun.
And believe it or not, absolutely loves this Chester character that they have. It's a little bookworm. It's really fun to see him interact and become familiar with the characters.
Well, the Summer Upstart program will consist of 25 minutes a day, 5 days a week of learning. You can still apply now through Waterford.org, and they'll let you know if you qualify, and then they'll get you everything you need to do this all from home. The deadline to apply is June 1st. They're especially looking for families hit hard by COVID-19. You can find a link to apply and more information on our website, theindychannel.com/rebound. Raphael?
Lauren, what a great story there. Recovery advocates in our state are also helping Hoosiers rebound from the effects of this pandemic. And some are bracing for what they say is a potential increase in the number of mental health and possibly even substance abuse-related issues. They're looking at what some communities in the state are already doing to help people and connect them to those resources. In Westfield, a quick response team meets with patients after an overdose to help guide them to recovery. The team includes a paramedic, a police officer, and recovery coach. Advocates say this is critical because it's helping those who may need help, especially during the pandemic.
I think that we all learn from our neighbors and what other people are doing. And so now that we have a couple quick response teams throughout the state, I think that we're hoping that neighboring communities will see how effective they are and their ability to help. Certainly has been the case.
We have more information on the quick response teams in this story on the RTV6 app, as well as our website, theindychannel.com. The time now is 6:18. The time to check your forecast. And Todd Clausen, will I need an umbrella today?
You may need it at some point later on this afternoon, Raphael, but it's probably not as big of a chance rain-wise to carry that umbrella around all day. So I think it's one of those things, if you're running errands, you may want to have it in the car just in case you get caught in the downpour, or if you're going to barbecue, just know that you may have to briefly take your plans inside, but the storms are all going to be really, really spotty in nature. That is the good news. If you do have those outdoor activities planned for the day today, hazy start as you look from IMS, where normally the big cleanup would be going on here today. You're looking off towards the east past downtown Indianapolis, and you can see we're dealing with partly cloudy skies as the sun is just starting to come up over the horizon. Temperatures on this Memorial Day morning, 66 in Richmond, as well as Indy and Greenfield, 64 in Bloomington, 62 is the current temperature in Greencastle. A little more in the way of cloud cover to the north, but we're in the process of clearing that out, and then once the sun comes up, we'll burn the additional cloud cover off pretty quickly. All the storms, they are well off to our west, and they are just heading in this northerly direction. They're not really making much progress off towards the east, and that's because this big area of high pressure is in control. Last week, if you remember, when we had those cool and cloudy conditions, a low pressure was on top of us. So low pressure is obviously something that you don't want hanging around very long. High pressure is much better, and we have clockwise flow around this area of high pressure, and that is what is bringing in these warm and muggy conditions here to central Indiana. With the heat and with the humidity will come the chance of some storms. We had some flare up yesterday on a spotty basis. They were a little more widespread on Saturday, but today they should just be isolated again during the peak heating of the day. So rain chances aren't completely zero. Keep that in mind if you do have those outdoor plans. I am not expecting any severe weather, but obviously any storm that contains lightning can be dangerous, so be aware of that. And then once the sun starts to set, the storms will basically fizzle away. So they're purely going to be manufactured by the daytime heating, and the heat and humidity that will be around 81 already by the noon hour, with our high temperature today getting up to 87 degrees. Tomorrow just as warm, mid 80s, and once again during the peak heating of the day we'll start to flare up some additional thunderstorms across the area. They should be a little more widespread, I think, tomorrow, and then we'll carry that trend into Wednesday and Thursday as well. Probably Wednesday and Thursday the storms are the most numerous here in your 7-day planning forecast. And then once the front goes through on Friday, we'll usher in cooler, more refreshing, less humid air, and low temperatures will get back down into the 50s, with high temperatures eventually up into the mid 70s. So enjoy your Memorial Day, and again, keep in mind there will be the chance of just some isolated storms here throughout the afternoon and evening hours.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. I do have a traffic alert for drivers who are heading northwest and northbound on I-65 near the Lebanon area. As you're traveling up here and you get to US 52, they are diverting traffic off onto US 52. That runs alongside the interstate. What happened up near State Road 47 is we had a semi rollover. It's blocking all the lanes, so they are bringing you up here on US 52. You can continue in that area and then reconnect with the interstate by taking State Road 28 eastbound. We'll continue to monitor this scene and keep you updated, but again, it's just due to a semi rollover in the area. So as you're traveling through the Lebanon area, be prepared to get off the interstate and take US 52 as a detour. Raphael?
Lauren, so Todd talked about this a few minutes ago. Call it a win for the good guys, Tiger Woods and Peyton Manning are the winners of a golf charity event. Quite a game. The sports legends did not let the rain dampen what turned out to be an exciting, really exciting, fun-filled exhibition game. The match, Champions for Charity, raised more than $20 million for coronavirus relief efforts on Sunday. Woods and Manning, they beat Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady by just one shot. All four players had their moments, led notably by Brady, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback. I almost said Patriots. What an extra $100,000 donation for a successful play-in-one hole on the seventh hole.
Very fun to watch, Raphael. Thank you so much. Well, a one-year-old boy is cooking up a storm on social media. Coming up, how his baby-faced cooking tutorials are earning him millions of followers.
And did you know 1.7 million Hoosiers have pre-diabetes? RTV6 is a proud partner for this year's American Diabetes Association's Indiana Tour de Cure, and this year it's going virtual on June the 6th. So we encourage everyone to get active by walking, running, or cycling. A big good morning to Cloverdale, Canby, and Cambridge City. You're watching Good Morning Indiana right here on RTV6.
TV6 Spotlight, and thanks for watching.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. The time right now is 6:25 on your Memorial Day. Raphael, it's time to talk about what is trending at 6. So you may not know this, but I am not a chef. Not that great in the kitchen. Don't enjoy cooking. Had to do it a lot lately due to a lot of the closures of restaurants, but this kid is great in the kitchen. So take a look at this, Raphael. A 1-year-old in Virginia. He is cooking up a worldwide fan base, and you can see why. He's adorable. Chef Kobe likes to cook, eat, and explore the kitchen. Videos showing him helping prepare recipes earned him more than 1 million followers on social media, including celebrities like famous chef and TV host Rachel Ray. Pretty cute.
Listen, I will always side with your baby Archie. So when he gets to be 1, 2 years old, he is going to be fantastic. So that kid has nothing on baby Archie for now. We'll see, right? On this Monday, a big shout out to our hometown hero. Good morning to Audrey Burnett. Audrey has asked for prayers for those on the front line of the health emergency. She's a nurse. We thank all of those giving their personal and professional best during this health emergency. Now let's check your forecast with our very own TK. Good morning, sir.
Raphael, good morning to you. Happy Memorial Day to you and everybody else out there. If you do have plans on this Memorial Day, it's going to be warm. It is going to be muggy. That is a guarantee for everybody, as temperatures will be climbing up into the mid to upper 80s. As far as the storm chances go, those are just going to be isolated in nature. Not everybody is going to see them, so do not cancel your outdoor plans today, but just know that some of you, it's probably about a 20-30% chance, may have to alter them a little bit as some of these downpours start to flare up. We are not expecting any severe weather, though, today. That is the good news as some of these storms develop later on this afternoon.
Todd, thank you. So if your hair is long, out of control, going gray, you may soon be able to get it cut. After about a 2-month shutdown, many states and many counties here are allowing hair salons to reopen. So consumer reporter John Matarese shows us now the changes you can expect so that you stay safe and you don't waste your money.
The reopening that people are waiting for more than almost any other business, hair salons. So we went to see the changes you should expect to find when you go in for your first post-lockdown haircut.
Okay, you're welcome.
The phones are ringing nonstop at Studio 7 Hair Salon.
Studio 7, hold please.
With balloons saying, welcome back. Barbara Naylor and her team of stylists are back after a 2-month shutdown. But things are different now in a business where people have to work very close to customers.
Yeah, we've added the plexiglass to our front desk. We've also added them to the manicure stations as well.
That's right, manicures are now done through a slot in the plexiglass. Orange X's mark 6-foot distancing areas. Stylists disinfect their station between each customer and don't go in until you're called. And getting used to a masked stylist may be a bit jarring at first. Now, if your salon is abiding by the CDC guidelines, the first thing you're going to see is a sign saying masks required before you can enter. The good news is mohawks are just optional.
And it's for the protection of everybody. We want our clients to feel safe.
Worried about hair color ruining your expensive mask? Worry no more.
We also have disposable masks that we made for them in case they don't want color.
Customer Mary Hepfer has been waiting for this day.
It's been 2 months. So yeah, it feels good.
So is Todd Lefevers.
Feels fresh. It's been a while. It's been a while, yes.
And for me, it was time for a cleanup from stylist Tony to trim that Billy Ray Cyrus mullet I've been growing the past few weeks.
If you find your salon not following safe practices such as face masks, consider going elsewhere so you don't waste your money. I'm John Matteries. Good morning, Indiana.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Now on Good Morning Indiana on this Monday morning, here's a look at your 6:30 news feed. It was a violent Memorial Day weekend for parts of Indianapolis. One man is dead, another is injured after a fight led to shots being fired on the east side. This happened Sunday evening on East 21st Street between Emerson and North Ritter. A man in his 60s later died of a gunshot wound at Eskenazi Hospital.
About 2 hours after that shooting, a man died following a stabbing, this on the southeast side of Indianapolis. Police were called around 7 last night to a home on South Oxford Street, that's near South Keystone and East Troy Avenue. Officers say the victim was found in front of the home and later died from his injury. So far, no suspect information has been released in this case.
New overnight, no injuries were reported in a house fire on the south side. Fire crews were called at around 2:30 this morning to a home near St. Clair Street and Bacon Street, just east of Beech Grove. Investigators believe the home was vacant prior to this fire.
Hoosiers who received federal food benefits will soon be able to use those to have food delivered to their homes. Indiana is one of 13 states that are part of a program where people will be able to use their SNAP benefits to buy food online through select stores. The USDA says Walmart is one of the stores involved. On this Monday morning, welcome to Good Morning Indiana. It is May the 25th. And, oh, Lauren, you have something about the Pacers. Go ahead.
Of course, we've got to talk about the Pacers real quick, Raphael. They're going to try and get their season started. We'll see. The NBA is actually in talks with the players about possibly resuming that 2019-2020 season in late July. Under the proposed plan, all the games would be played at Disney's Wide World of Sports complex that's down in Orlando. Pacers were tied for 5th in the Eastern Conference when the season was suspended back on March 11th. Of course, we'll keep you updated, Raphael.
Well, listen, you go ahead. This is what happens when you take 2 days off. You kind of forget, you know, the rhythm and the rhyme. You know, you just want to jump in whenever you want. There is a prompter. So, Lauren, you go ahead. I'm going to just sit back and take a seat here in my living room and just wait for the newscast to roll off.
Oh, we'll just take a seat on the couch, Raphael. We'll take it from here. Let's go over to Todd right now. It's Memorial Day. A lot of people have those outdoor plans. So, Todd, what can they expect?
I'm with you, Raphael. It's a holiday, so, you know, we're all moving maybe a little bit slower, and we're not quite as sharp as we normally are here on this Memorial Day. But hey, you know, it's a good day for us. Outside right now, we're dealing with warm conditions already. It's muggy as well. Not much is going to change going forward. Live look in Greencastle, where the skies are partly cloudy this morning. Temperatures are sitting in the 60s and 70s right now. 67 in Tipton, 64 in Bloomington, 66 in Richmond. The partly cloudy skies will be with us throughout most of the day, and it's going to be a day very similar to yesterday. So your Sunday and now this Memorial Day are going to be basically the same exact day weather-wise, with the potential for some isolated storms to flare up during the afternoon hours. Everybody's climbing up into the 80s, not expecting severe weather, but obviously some of these storms are going to be producing some lightning when they do get going. So just be aware of that. But again, the coverage is not all that great here throughout the day, so just be aware of them, but do not cancel those outdoor plans again because of the storm chance. It is not a washout of a day. Temperatures up to about 81 already by the noon hour with a high temperature of 87. But when you factor in that humidity, it's going to feel more like it's in the low 90s. Lauren?
All right, Todd, thank you so much. We do have a traffic alert for drivers early this morning. Take a look up here at our camera. This is I-65, a little north of State Road 47. We have a semi rolled over, blocking all lanes of traffic, and you can see that on the right side of your screen. The northbound lanes of I-65 are closed at US 52. That's in Lebanon because they want you to get off. Use US 52 is a detour. It runs right alongside the interstate, so it shouldn't slow you down too much, but that is your best spot to reroute before you get up here near State Road 47 and run into this closure. So get off at US 52, take that northbound, and at State Road 28, you can head back eastbound there and reconnect with the Interstate 65 northbound, and things are traveling up to speed past that area. We'll continue to keep a close eye on this and let you know when things are back open. Now to the very latest on COVID-19 and its impact on Hoosier families like yours. The State Health Department reports 12 more deaths on Sunday. The total of confirmed deaths is now at more than 1,800. This morning, more than 31,000 Hoosiers have tested positive for the virus.
As we slowly rebound from this pandemic, this was the first weekend that restaurants here in Marion County were able to open for customers for outdoor dining. Our Kelsey Anderson is live this morning with a closer look at how many people turned out and how businesses and others handled those street closures in our city. Kelsey, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Raphael. So no doubt people were eager to get out and dine at actual restaurants. And of course, those restaurants were eager to serve. So here on Mass Ave, they have these roads closed. That way restaurants can bring tables and chairs outside and serve customers outside for social distant dining. At Downtown Ollie's, the owner says they opened as soon as they could at 7 a.m. on Friday morning. He says crowds have been steady all 3 days. He's hearing from customers who say they were ready to get out and be social again. When dining rooms were forced to close, they did carry out and other services, but the owner says it was only 15% of their normal business.
I think we were ready for it. I think there's always differing opinions. I think we could have gone at the same time that the governor announced the reopening of restaurants on May 11th. We really could use our inpatient or in-house dining. That would be great if we could do that, but we're hoping that the mayor of Indianapolis allows us to go into indoor dining June 1st.
The owner of Ollie's says he was able to keep his staff on for these last 2 months due to the Paycheck Protection Program, but they have been ready to get back to work, and he says everyone, including the customers, have been doing a good job so far at practicing social distancing. We did want to let you know that some restaurants here downtown are requiring you to wear a mask to sit down, and then once you order, of course, you can take your mask off to eat. But just if you're coming down here to eat, maybe bring a mask with you just in case you do need it to get into those restaurants. These road closures are expected to stay in place until at least July 4th. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Kelsey, thank you. Now, as part of Stage 3, the state's Back on Track plan, gyms and fitness centers in most counties in our state can reopen with social distancing procedures. Eat the Frog Fitness in Carmel opened its doors on Sunday. We visited the gym to see what precautions they're taking to keep everyone safe. When you walk in, the doors are wide open, temperatures will be taken, and you will be screened before going through a hands-free check-in process.
Go slowly, get it right, make sure that we do our part to continue to flatten this and push things out so the medical community can stay upon it. We did not want to come into this haphazardly or not take it seriously and just go back to business as usual, because it isn't that.
It felt fantastic. I was really happy to come back. Eat the Frog has been really great about communicating everything that's been going on since the COVID situation started. And today the rubber met the road, and we all had to make a decision to come back into the gym, not just for ourselves, but for our families.
Well, inside the studio, since they're only operating at 25% capacity, spots are marked on the floor, each one separated by 6 feet. The Mass Ave Fitness Center will eventually reopen once Mayor Joe Hogsett allows gyms and fitness centers to open in the county as they move to Stage 3.
The time now is 6:37. An effort is still underway to create a tiny house village for people dealing with homelessness. The pandemic is changing the way that fundraisers can be held. So in an effort to raise money to build the Circle City Village on the west side of Indianapolis, they're holding a virtual 5K. The tiny house village is being planned near Lyndhurst Drive and Morris Street on land donated by Lyndhurst Baptist Church. Their goal with the virtual 5K is to raise up to $2,500.
Every dollar that we raise, we're excited to get to build another home. And so I think that's exactly what that interprets to. So, very critical. I know that in this time, a fair amount of folks have been laid off. And so we know that we may see an uptick in the number of folks that will be requiring our homes.
So listen, you can also sign up for a 10-mile run. Organizers say 10 miles is the average distance a person experiencing homelessness travels to meet their basic needs on any given day. The goal is still to start construction on that project by the end of the year. We have more information on how you can sign up for the race on the RTV6 app, as well as our website, theindychannel.com.
Indiana needs nurses, and not just due to the pandemic. Up next, we'll introduce you to a program with a goal of making sure there isn't a nursing shortage over the next 5 years. The time right now is 6:39 on your Memorial Day. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The time now is 6:42. Welcome to Good Morning Indiana. Hiring Hoosiers, our commitment here at RTV6 to connect you to jobs and career opportunities every day and even through this pandemic. And Lauren, we all know that even during the pandemic before COVID-19, the need for nurses was just simply off the charts.
Yeah, and according to the Bureau of Health Workforce, Indiana will have a deficit of more than 20,000 registered nurses by the year 2025. That's just 5 years from now. So the online university, WGU Indiana, targets students who are living in rural areas that are underserved by higher education. The director of nursing programs says WGU is a good option for non-traditional students.
There's a lot of nursing programs that meet the needs of the 18-year-old right out of high school, and plenty of programs for that. Our program works with older adults. My average student is 37 years old, has a full-time job, and is raising a family.
Carney says the pandemic has not led to many changes in the program because the students there at WGU already take classes remotely. You can find more information on this program at our website. Just go to hiringhoosiers.com.
Lauren, the state says a program meant to help supply businesses with personal protective equipment, PPE, they say is on a roll. The program will help businesses gain access to things like masks, hand sanitizers, and other PPE through the PPE marketplace. The governor's office announced that program earlier this month as part of the plan to reopen the economy safely. On Friday, officials said more than 20,000 orders have already been shipped. The program connects small businesses and nonprofits with PPE that can be acquired through the state.
The last few months have not been easy for anyone. And at the IEDC, one of the highlights has been hearing from Hoosier businesses who have been able to reopen in the last few weeks. Hoosiers like Mark Coleman of Valparaiso, who is having issues finding any PPE for his business, who declared it was like Christmas morning when he got his bundle.
The state says initial orders are all being fulfilled at no charge.
Well, the cars may not have been out at the track yesterday, but it is still May in Speedway. Next on Good Morning Indiana, how those who live near the track still celebrate it, even though racing is still a few months away. Todd.
And we'd say we are dealing with some small storm chances here in the forecast going forward. Do not cancel those Memorial Day plans, though. The storm chances are pretty small going into the afternoon hours. Then storm chances will kind of ramp up as the week progresses. We're dealing with heat and humidity as well. We'll talk all about it coming up when Good Morning Indiana continues. The time now is 6:44.
So you can find new roads with confidence.
Welcome back. So, Raphael, it was certainly strange not being out at the track yesterday, the Sunday before Memorial Day. I kept saying, I can't believe it normally would be race day today. But this year, the people who live near IMS didn't let the lack of the Indy 500 dampen their enthusiasm.
As you can imagine, Lauren, I missed wearing my checkered flag jacket, but it's on hold for August. Speedway still held a competition called It Is Still May in Speedway, and people who live there, they showed off their pride with porch decorations of all kinds. Our sports director, Dave First, was one of the judges.
It's Still May in Speedway. That's the campaign from the Speedway Arts Council, and they're encouraging folks to still dress up their porches, the windows as well. How long did this take to put together for you guys?
Not very long at all, just a couple days.
You just knocked it out.
Yeah, I did.
It's all about raising money for St. Christopher's Food Bank. This is some serious stuff here. And this is Michelle. Hi. How long did it take to put everything together here?
For decorating the whole yard, it took me probably a day and a half.
It's still May in Speedway, and regardless of there's a race or not, we're here to celebrate, and we'll celebrate in August as well.
Is it August yet? I love that. All right, you got to check out this house here. How spectacular is that? Some serious work here. Julie put this together. In fact, she had a porch party last night. How did that go last night?
Oh, it was way bigger than what I thought. But yeah, it was exhausting. Till 1:30 in the morning.
Davey Hamilton, Bart James, we're all judging this, and I'm convinced there are no losers.
No losers.
No, it's cool. And check out this porch. Your name is?
Chris Warnock.
And how long did this take?
About 3 weeks.
Only 3 weeks.
They were busy days.
Listen to the race.
I am missing the sound of the bars.
And here in Speedway, you can hear them.
Yes, I can. I can. I love it.
And I just talked to the homeowner. He says it took, 10 hours to do over a couple of days.
If we didn't pick the winner, it was Dave.
All day first.
That's right. Yeah, blame me.
All right, Dave, very fun. Thank you so much. This morning, I want to say congrats to the winners of that contest as well. Chris Warnock won the porch competition. Jennifer Fitch was the winner of the window decorating division. They both will get 2 sweet passes to qualification day at IMS when they hold that for the big race in August this year. And the winner of the most festive studio decoration is the official living room of Good Morning Indiana, Raphael. Congratulations.
Thank you. Listen, I'm just ready to take this out to the track in August. So the flag is ready for the big race that we will see in August. But we are also on this Monday on track for some more muggy weather. Todd Clausen.
Yeah, you know, Raphael, it's very similar to what we've seen the past couple days. Really not a whole lot has changed in this forecast, and that's good and bad depending on your perspective. Some people may not like the heat and humidity, but we've been able to avoid widespread storms for the most part. I know we had a little hiccup there during the middle half of the afternoon on Saturday. Yesterday, they were just spotty, and today they'll be spotty as well. A live look in Bloomington across the campus of IU. Lake Monroe will be a good place to be once again later on this afternoon. You're just going to have to be aware of the potential for some isolated storms. Obviously, if you are on a body of water, whether it be a lake or kayaking on a stream here across central Indiana or river, make sure you do not stay in the water or on the water when these storms do start to roll in. 60s and 70s off to a really warm start already here at 6:50 in the morning. And the satellite radar picture shows the partly cloudy skies. There were a few showers overnight in northern locations, but they have basically faded away. And the rain that you see off to our west is not going to head in our direction. Most of these storms are just making their way from south to north across the area. Watch what happens on TrueCast as we go throughout the day, hour by hour. These isolated storms will flare up during the afternoon hours. It's probably about a 20 to 30% chance that you see one in your neighborhood. Not expecting severe weather today. That is the good news. But obviously these storms will contain some heavier downpour and lightning is what makes every single storm dangerous across the area. And then once the sun starts to set, we'll see the storm threat fade away. So on this Memorial Day, if you do have plans, again, it's warm and muggy for everybody, but not everybody will see the storms. 87 degrees, your 4 p.m. temperature. And then if you have plans to grill out with the family this afternoon or this evening, temperatures only slowly cool back off into the mid-80s by the time we get to 8 p.m. with partly cloudy skies. More of the same tomorrow, and really as we go throughout the remainder of the week, not a whole lot changes, except I do think the showers and storms will become a little more numerous as we get into Wednesday and Thursday. That's as a front approaches the area, and with the added cloud cover and a little better rain chance, temperatures are slightly cooler on Wednesday and Thursday in the low to mid 80s. But once that cold front goes through, look at the weather right now. The second half of Friday and then Saturday and Sunday of next weekend look terrific with mostly sunny skies, a more comfortable air mass with lower humidity and a high of 75. But make it a safe and happy Memorial Day. Just look out for those spotty storms again this afternoon. Lauren.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Here's a look at that traffic alert we're monitoring for you. This is northbound I-65, a little north of State Road 47, a rolled semi blocking all lanes of traffic. You do need to divert at US 52 down in Lebanon. Take that northbound. You can reconnect with the interstate at State Road 28 in Clinton County and be on your way. We'll continue to follow this and keep you updated. Stay tuned. We're on the other side of the break.
RTV6 app on your phone or streaming device.
Freshman
year felt like it was yesterday.
We were on the home stretch. 4 more years and we would be done.
Now it is our senior year, and because of a virus, many of the things we've looked forward to will never come.
We've had a lot of our best memories stripped from us.
To the class of 2020, we are strong, and we will get through this.
Go Tigers, that video created for seniors at Hagerstown Junior and Senior High School.
I don't want our class, all of the 13 years from K through 12 of schooling we've had, to be defined by one virus that kind of hits us at the wrong time. I don't want that to be what we're remembered by. But also, at the very end of the video, we have a guy that picks up the tape again in the very last frame. And you can take from that too as well, like the meaning of high school for all of us is different, and people have different stories that they want to remember or want to tell.
Well, this video features all 84 Hagerstown High School seniors. Congratulations to them and everyone in the class of 2020. Very cool. All right, if you're heading out for any parades, anything for Memorial Day weekend, Todd, we got to get a check of our forecast for this Monday.
Yeah, you know, a lot of the forecast is the same as we went through over the weekend, Lauren. There's the heat, there's the humidity, there's the chance of storms this afternoon. Storms are just spotty, though. Do not cancel any outdoor plans. Just know that they will be possible. Storm chances do get a little more numerous Wednesday and Thursday. The end of the week is the relief from the heat and humidity. Saturday and Sunday, temperatures in the mid-70s.
And we're back here in 25 minutes and throughout Good Morning America. Today we remember all of those who died serving our country. Have a great Monday.